So you know how I said I'd do a YouTube video every single week? That got put by the wayside for the last week, partly because this little lad finally arrived a little bit later than planned, and we actually ended up spending a lot longer than we thought in hospital, because effectively when Hannah went into labour, we obviously went to the hospital thinking, we'll spend the night and come back, but we ended up spending a week in hospital. None of us left. Well, I think I left twice to go and resupply with some clothes, but I stayed there every single night with her and our little lad Alfred. Nothing too major, just there was a bit of a risk of infection with both of them, so they wanted to keep them in course of antibiotics and monitoring to make sure nothing went downhill, and it didn't. We're all happy, healthy, back at home now. So as of today, Alfred is just over a week old and he doesn't do much. And I feel a little bit useless for my wife at the moment, who is exclusively breastfeeding, so she gets the brunt of the work and he wants her most of the time. So the opportunities that I do get to take him out of the house and to give her a bit of a rest, because she doesn't sleep, bless her, then I'll take that. So just coming down one of my usual running tracks. But yeah, this first week has been a bit of a funny one. I found it a lot easier than I think people make out, especially with Hannah doing all of the work. Like I said, she's breastfeeding. She's the one getting up in the night to feed him multiple times. I'm doing my bit though. I'm trying to change his nappy as much as possible. I think I've changed about 95% of them. So I do get up in the night, just not as much as Hannah. And I'm just trying to be a good housewife, or house husband to be politically correct. Keep everything tidy, keep the washing going, plates clean, make sure there's always food going, you know, all of the stuff that can make Hannah's life a little bit easier. And then hopefully within a couple of weeks, when Hannah starts to give him bottles of her own milk, I'll be able to kind of take one of the feeding times through the night to give Hannah a bit more of a rest. And we should get in a bit more of a routine with it. Even within a week, the routine that we thought would happen has just gone out the window. So it's all a big learning curve, and I think a lot of people say this newborn phase is about survival, which I can get. Like I said, I think I've got it really easy at the moment. And it's probably going to get more difficult for me, but easier for Hannah, so that is definitely worth it. And it's also dawned on me, it's been over a month since the ultramarathon, and I haven't ran once since then. I've still been doing other training, a lot of strength work, and I bought that bike, didn't I? So I've been doing a fair bit of work on that. The last week, haven't really done much. I've been to the gym once, and I'm hoping to get out for a run today and start just finding the time to keep it as part of the routine, you know. And me and Hannah have said this, as soon as we're able, get back training and make it part of the routine. We don't want to be these people who, I haven't got time anymore. We've got to make time for it, you know. Fitness isn't really the priority at the moment, but it shouldn't mean that it just falls by the wayside. But this little dude and Hannah, they need to come way above anything that I could want to do in a gym or a threshold run. But I will hopefully be getting out on I think I'll just try like a 45 minute to an hour zone 2 later on. Like I said, I haven't ran in about a month, and I had that tib anterior injury. That's gone now. Obviously, in all the midst of this little dude arriving, I completely forgot about it, and it gave me a bit of forced rest. But yeah, that's the big life update for this YouTube. I still can't believe it that he's here and I'm a dad. It has not sunk in. Unlocked a whole new level of feeling that I didn't know I had. I'm quite a stoic person. I'm not super emotional, but this guy's just pulled all my heartstrings. And so these videos are going more from ultra training now to just find the lay of the land with the whole strength and running game over the next few months. I think I mentioned I still want to do a 100 miler back end of next year, I think. So what I'll be doing now is laying the groundwork for that. But again, the priority is weaving it into the life that I'm going to build with him now and Hannah. So we'll go from there with it. Anyway, finish off this walk, get into this run, and see you then. Yes, we've got some time to go for a run. So, because I'm not really training for an event at the moment, well, anytime soon this year, and the main goal is build a bit of muscle, build a bit of strength. The plan is with my running to just get, I say running, cardio. 2 to 3 cardio sessions in a week. I'll either run, ideally, or for whatever reason, if I can't run, I'll get on that stationary bike that I bought. And again, because I don't really know how the weeks are going to go, fuck me, this is overgrown now. Since last time I came here, I'm basically just going to go easy bike or run, like what I'm doing now, for anywhere from sort of an hour to 90 minutes. And then the next session after that would be hills or a threshold style session if I can't get up to any of the decent hills around here. And then the third session of the week will always just be an easy bike, again for like 60 to 90 minutes, but it's just a little less impact across the week, so it doesn't interfere with my strength training too much as I go through this next block. So there we have the plan for the next minimum 6 months, or until I figure out what the next event is going to be, if I choose to do one before that 100 miler ultra that I've got in the back of my mind. But for now, let's focus on becoming a slightly less skinny runner over the next few months, and figure out this whole fatherhood game as well.